In the first two videos in this series, you learned about the history and purpose of the National Flood Insurance Program, or NFIP. In this presentation, you will learn about the benefits to your community and its citizens of participating in the NFIP and the 3 steps a community must take to join the NFIP. These key terms and acronyms will be used during this presentation. You can find the terms and their definitions at the web address on screen. The NFIP is based on a mutual agreement between a community, generally meaning a local government, and the federal government. By joining the NFIP, a community commits to adopting and enforcing regulations addressing development in floodplain areas. In return, federally guaranteed flood insurance is then made available to property owners in the community. There are numerous benefits to participation in the NFIP. Federally subsidized flood insurance is made available to all residents within the community. Federal grants or loans under programs administered by federal agencies such as HUD, EPA, and the Small Business Administration are available for development in identified flood hazard areas. Federal disaster assistance will be available following a federally declared disaster for properties located in identified special flood hazard areas. Federally backed mortgage insurance or loan guarantees will be provided for structures in identified special flood hazard areas. This includes policies written by the Farmers Home Administration, Veterans Administration, and others. For structures covered by flood insurance, claims are paid for damages suffered from flooding even when the event does not result in a federal disaster declaration. It is a little-known fact that fewer than 50% of all flood events result in a federal disaster declaration. The NFIP is a voluntary program and there are no fees required to join. In order to join the NFIP, a community must submit to FEMA an application form, a resolution of intent to participate in the NFIP, and its floodplain management ordinance. The one-page community application form, Form 8164, can be found at the FEMA Library website at www.fema.gov/library. The form asks local officials for basic information, including the name and position of the person responsible for administering the community's floodplain management program, the location where the public will be able to inspect local flood maps, and estimates of land area, population, and number of structures in and outside of the floodplain. The community's elected council or board must adopt the resolution of intent to participate in the NFIP. The resolution states the community's responsibilities under the NFIP, which will be discussed here shortly, and that the community commits itself to carry out these responsibilities. The Floodplain Management Ordinance applies to all lands located within the Special Flood Hazard Area, or SFHA, as identified by the community's flood insurance rate map, or FIRM. The basic purpose of the NFIP is not to prohibit all floodplain development, but to see that development located in floodplain areas meets standards designed to lessen the physical damages, economic loss, and social disruption caused by floods. The standards found in the community's floodplain ordinance reflect that purpose. An acceptable ordinance must require, at a minimum, that all development in the SFHA is subject to a permitting process. New structures in the special flood hazard area must meet standards that address anchoring, elevation, construction materials and methods, building design, utilities installation, and other structural matters, and that existing structures in the special flood hazard area that are substantially improved or are repaired after suffering substantial damage must be brought into compliance with standards for new construction. This video has highlighted the benefits of participating in the NFIP and the 3 steps a community must take to join the NFIP. Please watch video 4 to learn about a community's responsibilities under the NFIP once it is joined and actions FEMA can take if a community fails to carry out these responsibilities.